Welcome to Review Rewind, the show where a couple of friends watch movies of old and aim to figure out if the reviewers were spot on or a little off. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tristan.
And this week, we're talking about Forget About It.
Forget about it.
Forget About It.
Forget about it.
Donnie Brasco.
Brasco?
Brasco?
Nah. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Hi, Tristan.
Hey, Mike.
How you doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
You seem quieter.
Quiet?
Yeah. I don't know if that's a me thing or a you thing.
Is that a me thing?
I don't know. Either way.
How's that? Is that better?
I don't know. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what's your bright spot?
I did something this weekend. Oh, so the other day, was going out to dinner with some family, and there was a little bit of a mix-up, and the place that we went to was closing, like, as we got there. And then ended up going somewhere else, but it was a delightful dinner, and had really good food, and it was just fun to hang out with family.
Was it Buca de Beppo?
Buca de Beppo. I worked with a guy and in a place where Buca de Beppo didn't exist. And he's like, there's a new place opening up. And it's called like Buca de Beep Beep or something.
Somehow that's so applicable.
This good.
How
about you, Mike?
I think one of my bands had a band practice, but like we were able to bring the kids, or I was able to bring the kids, and they had a good time, and we watched the World Cup.
Nice.
And Spain won, and Argentina lost.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm told that that's a good thing. So that is my bright spot. Donnie Brasco. I'm almost got like a John Travolta going here, so I got to be careful.
Yeah.
Directed by Mike Newell. I never know where to put the emphasis on those kind of names.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Screenplay by Paul Attanasio.
Attanasio?
Attanasio. Again, emphasis. Based on Donnie Brasco, My Undercover Life in the Mafia, a 1988 book by Joseph D. Pistone? I know that one FBI douchebag guy said Pistone, but I don't know if that was actually right, because everyone will just look mad during that scene.
I mean, it is I don't know, Italian, but
whatever. We'll get it one day. Richard Woodley also helped write that book. Produced by Mark Johnson, Barry Levinson, Louis DiGiaimo, and Gail Mutrux. This is a bad day for names. Starring Al Pacino, Johnny Depp, Michael Madsen, Bruno Kirby, James Russo, and Heche?
And Heche?
Yeah,
Heche?
Heche.
I don't know if we pronounced that last year or not.
Cinematography, Peter Sova. Edited by Jon Gregory. Music by Patrick Doyle. Production companies, TriStar Pictures, Mandalay Entertainment, Baltimore Pictures, and Mark Johnson Productions. Distributed by Sony Pictures. Releasing. Release date at Century City Premiere, February 24th, 1997, and then nationwide, February 28th, 1997. It has a runtime of 126 minutes, and I forgot to put the numbers, so I'll do that quickly. It had a budget of $35 million, grossed in the U.S. $42 million. Opening weekend made about $12 million, and worldwide made about $125 million. So not bad.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. One, not bad for like a biopic. That's certainly true.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially in the 90s. Yeah. See?
Yeah, it's. I forgot about halfway through this movie that it was based on a true story.
I didn't know until the end, and I was like, "Oh."
It says it right at the beginning.
You know what? I missed that, and I thought I was watching pretty intently, but I guess I looked away.
It's just
because
black screen. Yeah.
When it did that, did it also say the year?
70 something.
Yeah, I didn't see that. So the whole time I'm like, what year is this in? Because it could have been 1969. It could have been 1982. I couldn't really.
Yeah, it didn't really feel time specific.
Yeah, that didn't seem like the important part.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't really try to like.
Yeah, nobody was walking around be like, it's the 70s, man.
Yeah, the only thing was like at the club there was a bit of disco music. That was it, but it still could have been like really any time.
Yeah.
Even though disco died, there were still clubs playing it, especially in Florida. Mm-hmm. I actually don't know that to be true. Alrighty. We're videoing this. I don't know if we're gonna publish this one, but I guess I will say now we're transitioning to the review rewind or recap. Wait, what's it called? I haven't said it. The recap rewind, where we rewind and recap the film for you. I haven't said that opening in so long.
I know. We just skipped over it so many times.
In the mean streets of New York in the late 1970s, Benjamin Lefty Ruggiero, I don't remember them actually saying it, is trying to make a name for himself in the mob. One day, at the bar, he notices a young man who looks interested in the affairs of him and his compatriots. He learns that the young man is Donnie Brasco, a jeweler. The next day, Lefty approaches Donnie to evaluate a ring, only to be told that it is fake. Annoyed, Lefty commands Donnie to drive him somewhere, where Lefty confronts the man about the ring. Before Lefty can do too much damage, Donnie offers to talk to the guy and ends up roughing him up and getting the man to give Lefty his car in place of the fake ring. Lefty brings Donnie into the group. Lefty and Donnie get close as Lefty aims to make his way up the ladder. We soon learn that Donnie is actually Joe Pistone, an undercover FBI agent. As Lefty and Donnie's relationship grows, Joe finds himself more hands-on with many of the crimes. Soon, the main boss is killed, and Sonny Black, one of Lefty's friends, is promoted. He then tries to lead his group, but finds that New York is dry. Around the same time, Joe is asked by the higher-ups to put in a good word for another agent in Florida who is struggling. Joe finds the right moment and tells Sonny about the Florida opportunity. The gang goes down to Florida to party, meet the local mob boss, and check out the business opportunities. Lefty needs Donnie to get a boat, and Joe is shot down by the feds in getting a boat, only to later find out that the feds actually have a yacht. Donnie commandeers the yacht for the meeting. All goes well, but Sonny has also taken a liking to Donnie and asks him to stay in Florida for him. Lefty takes offense and causes a rupture in the relationship. While this is happening, Joe is also struggling with his personal life. His kids are mad at him, and his wife is struggling desperately. While he's in Florida, some important events pass and cause more tension at home. So while Sonny told Donnie to stay, Joe flies back to New York, only to then go to Lefty, who is at the hospital because his son has overdosed. Donnie reestablishes his friendship by staying by Lefty's side, ironically, his left side, while he mourns. Time passes, and the Florida business is booming. The gang goes back down to check on it, and it is busy. A nightclub that's making over $300,000, but the party is crashed by local police who destroy the club, finding that the Florida agent didn't pay off the cops. While in jail, the gang realizes there's a rat in the organization. Sonny discovers that Sonny Red, a higher-up boss, was working with the Florida mobster, and Red was going to kill Black. Black, Lefty, and two others ambush Red and kill him and his crew. Donnie is brought in to help clean up, and as Lefty kills Nikki, one of Black's crew, who Black believes to be the rat. Oh, yeah, sorry. The emphasis, my emphasis in how I was talking, there's a period there. There's nothing else. I said that like a comma. Sometime before this, as they were flying home from Florida, Donnie found the boat they had used was in a Newsweek expose on the work the feds were doing with it. Joe thought he was made. So during this whole debacle, he thought he was on the chopping block. Nervous, Joe goes home to retrieve $300,000 that he had stashed from Florida to give to Lefty in hopes to get him out. Joe and his wife have a fight. Joe strikes her and admits that he is like the mob, and it's killing him inside. He knows that if he is revealed to be a cop, Lefty will be killed, and he can't live with that on his conscience. Sonny Black is promoted, and Lefty is too. Lefty has been given the task of killing Red's son and has asked Donnie to do it so that Lefty can recommend Donnie to be a made man. Lefty knows where the son is, and they go to murder him. Lefty confronts Donnie with the Newsweek article. Donnie is able to hold Lefty off for a bit, but when they're about to go murder the son, the FBI agents jump in and arrest everyone. Eventually, the FBI pulls Joe out of the operation, and the FBI confront Sonny and Lefty with photos of Joe as an FBI agent and blow his cover. Sonny and Lefty don't believe the feds. Some time has passed, and Lefty is called for a meeting, which means he's about to get killed. He tells his wife that if Donnie calls, say, "I'm glad it was him." And Lefty leaves all his stuff and goes. Joe is awarded some shitty medal, $500, and he finally has an opportunity to live, or at least a chance to start living. There's so many little details that happen in this film that it's hard to grab it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tristan, had you seen this movie before?
No, this was my first time.
And this was actually my first time as well. Hurrah.
Hooray. What'd you think of it, Mike?
I liked it.
Hmm.
I think I liked it. I
Liked it.
I definitely think there are aspects in the film that are really well done.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a point where I was watching the movie, and at first I would probably admit that I was a little... It was a slow burn. It took me a minute to get into it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a point in the movie where it just clicked, and I was like, I need to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm very invested in this film now.
Yeah.
And my plan was to watch some of it, take a break, and watch the rest later. Mm-hmm. And then I actually had to like change my plans to just finish it because I was like, I'm very invested in this.
Yeah.
I need to know what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Like the beginning of it's kind of slow and a lot of stuff is kind of happening, but you're not like fully sure what's happening. And then, there's just a certain point where you're like locked in, and the intrigue is like not just the intrigue of like what's happening, but the relational intrigue is also like it really gets you. And so you're like, is he really like turning, or is this like how deep into this is he going to get, and like all of that. I enjoyed this. I wasn't sure, and I ended up enjoying it.
And I think the relational part is actually the most intriguing part.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I don't know if it's like director, writer, or Joe Pistone. I don't know if you want to assume that he's a trustworthy narrator.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I mean, I will say, compared to the previous, based on true story that we got, I do feel like they portrayed his struggle within this much more. Like he didn't come off as like he's a great guy. Like,
and I wonder how much that is from the book or from the screenplay.
Right.
I'm sure Joe, in some way, shape, or form, had to approve it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's say this. I hope that he's a trustworthy narrator. He's a cop. I don't know.
Yeah.
But with that said, there are lots of times where you have actors giving off an impression of suspicion a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing I will say. There's a lot of like eyes that say, I wonder what that guy's up to. I think that guy's up to something, you know? And according to how the story plays out, those weren't warranted. So it makes me wonder, were those actually there? Or were the filmmakers aiming to create deception within the film's context? Not necessarily within the context of the actual story. With that said, this film is 2 hours long. It's not the longest film ever. So it begs, how much of the actual story can you actually fit in this? And so that glance of suspicion in the actual events could have been a year-long process.
Right.
But he's like, shit, we have these three people on screen for 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And those 4 minutes span months.
Right.
I think we need to speed up how we're going to build this suspicion. Now, did they map it out that much? I don't know. But I think that maybe in the back of the mind, they know the ending.
Yeah.
According to the ending, his information was very effective. 200 charges, something like that, 100 convictions.
Yeah.
And he still has a bounty out for him by the mob. So, which begs a question. I saw pictures of him very much later in life, like on the red carpet.
Yeah.
You telling me these mobs aren't like, if he's got a hit on them, they're not like, hey, did you see that? Did you see that trailer? Did you see that trailer for Donnie Brasco?
It's like this guy wrote a book.
You want to publish? You want to find out where that premiere is?
That turned into a movie, and this guy's still like, I don't understand how that works.
Yeah, that's the only reason that little bit kind of makes me question a little, because I'm sure it's fine for the most part, but it does feel as though there are ulterior motives, whatever it might be, in building the story, in making the film, that at least should arrive at some questions. That's all. So, let's do what we do. God, this is going to be annoying. Let us look at Mike Newell. It's like if Arnold was singing Noel. Noel. I knew this guy sounded familiar. I knew it. I saw his name and I'm like, I know this guy. All right. Let's kind of jet through it a bit. Did some TV in the 60s and 70s. Let's see. I think he had movies sprinkled in there.
A lot of TV movies.
Yeah.
He's also from the UK, so there's a lot of these things that we probably won't even recognize.
That's why I was like, he did the TV show The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, Into the West. Let's see what that is. That sounds from 1992. I'll be 100% honest. Got nothing on this. Not a fucking clue.
It's got some familiar faces.
Oh, wait. What is this?
I'm confused.
It has a 7.0 on IMDb.
A lot of people sitting on a horse.
Yeah. But he did in 2003, which I think may have been his big start, even though he was in the business for a very long time. Mona Lisa's Smile.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of something from left field here. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Mm-hmm. He also did 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
He did. Oh God. He did Prince of Persia, The White People of Time, Great Expectations. And he's still working. He's got a couple films coming out.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of a weird, that goddamn motorcycle came back.
Every time.
He's going home from work. Kind of an odd resume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's like truly a straight line for him. He seems to do a variety of genre focus.
Yeah. It is interesting. I don't think I realized that there were multiple variations of Young Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
because there's the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, which he did 2 episodes of, and then the Young Indiana Jones.
No, the Adventures.
And then he did the movie, the TV movie of Young Indiana Jones. Masks of Evil.
That's still the Adventures.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
I'm just saying. If we're going to be specific. Okay. So that is our director. And honestly, kind of hard to put a thumb on him as far as all the stuff he's got. Everything feels different.
Mm-hmm.
He does have some good pictures in there. Like I think Goblet of Fire is one of the better Harry Potter films.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has some duds.
Prince of Persia.
That one in particular. Okay.
Yeah. It really makes me wonder, like, how did he get Harry Potter?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was thinking that, and I really cannot. He must know a guy.
Yeah. There's got to be something.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he doesn't even have that many producer credits. He's got 11.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, I don't know. All right. Well, fine job.
I think that was the first Harry Potter that was directed by a British director.
Was it?
The first 2 were Chris Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one was the Mexican director.
Yeah.
He does horror movies. I'm blanking on his name.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
Look it up.
Alfonso. Oh, no. I don't know how to pronounce that last name.
Rivera.
Cuarón?
What'd you call him?
Cuarón. Alfonso Cuarón?
No, don't say that one.
I did not put a letter in there that you Cuaro with the accent in.
Cuarón?
Give me it. Anybody that I feel like people are yelling at us right now.
My mom is from heaven. She's like, pendejo.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Cuarón, yeah.
Okay.
You were probably close.
I
don't know.
I was pretty close the whole time.
Okay. Oh no, he didn't do horror. What did he do? What did? That's it.
He did Gravity. No, he wrote Gravity.
But that was later.
What did he direct? Stuff.
Yeah.
He was also Great Expectations.
Huh. Maybe that's how he got Harry Potter.
Because they knew each other.
Because they were like, hey.
Yeah, interesting that
wait. It's a different one.
it is a different one, but also
Wait,
what?
now I'm more confused.
Hold on. This one that he did was from 1998. And then what's the one that
2012.
Whoa.
Okay.
I'm
gonna read the production aspect of this of Donnie Brasco from Wikipedia. Maybe this answers our question. It might not. When Joseph D. Pistone's book Donnie Brasco: My Undercover Life in the Mafia was published in 1988, you know what? I might be saying this wrong.
Which part?
Nope. I think I'm saying it right. Louis DiGiaimo, a casting director for Barry Levinson and childhood acquaintance of Pistone, served as a consultant for the book and bought the film rights. DiGiaimo, I don't know, brought it to Levinson's Baltimore Pictures, as well as Mark Johnson and Gail Mutrux, who turned to Paul Attanasio to write the script. Stephen Frears was initially hired as the director of the film, but when Goodfellas, another mob film, was released in 1990, the plans for the film were pushed back. Frears was adamant about casting Al Pacino as Lefty. After several years' development hell, Frears was eventually replaced by Mike Newell as director, and development finally picked up in 1995 for a planned end year of 1996. Pacino and Johnny Depp were ultimately cast in co-starring roles. Pistone was hired as a consultant to help them develop the characters. So no real detail on why they chose him, other than it looked like it took a long time for production to really touch down.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. 5 years of just nothing.
Nothing.
Well, I guess maybe more than that, because it sounds like the film rights for it was bought around the time the book got published. So almost 10, essentially this movie took almost 10 years to make.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Alrighty. So Mike Newell, we kind of know what he's doing. Paul Attanasio, whatever. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to do more. I'm going to see what's up. I'm going to shake it up, you know? He did a TV show, Dr. Doctor. He did the movie in 1994 quiz show, Disclosure. Donnie Brasco, Sphere, Homicide: Life on the Street, Gideon's Crossing, The Sum of All Fears, The Good German, and it looks like a lot of TV from there. Oh, he created the 2016 show Bull, which was like a lawyer show. He also created a TV show, Tommy, And then a short. What is this one? It is Johnny Brasco.
Yeah, there's like 3 other like either shows or adaptations of this story.
Huh. Looks like it's just a short. Okay.
But it's interesting. It's interesting that he's also credited as the writer for this one, because the guys that Joe and the guy that wrote the original book are credited for those 4 because it's based on characters and everything. But it's really interesting that he's involved with even the Johnny one, and I wonder if it's just because they're like, hey, this is a short based off of these characters, but strange.
All right. Peter Sova was the director of photography. And before Donnie Brasco, he had Sergeant Bilko, Feast of July, Fatherland, Jimmy Hollywood, Double Jeopardy, the TV movie, Straight Talk, Bed and Breakfast, Late for Dinner, Sing, Good Morning Vietnam, Tin Men, Courtship, Diner. I don't know, a lot of movies I haven't heard of. After that, he did Close Your Eyes, The Proposition, The Reckoning, Wicker Park, Lucky Number 11. What a sharp turn. And then Jon Gregory was our editor. And he did, let's see, where does he start? Starts in the 80s doing TV shows. And then Life is Sweet, London Kills Me, Naked, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. So there's some connection.
Mm-hmm.
An Awfully Big Adventure, Loch Ness. Some of this feels British. Secret and Lies, Donnie Brasco, Living Out Loud, Pushing Tin, Beautiful Creatures, Killing Me Softly.
Yeah, I think the biggest one that stands out is the 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri,
which was kind of his last big go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are people in charge of the story and what we see on screen. Overall, what did you think visually?
Visually, I think it was interesting. There wasn't very many shots that felt like they stood out to me. There was a lot of tight shots, like not just tight in like how close they were, but like everything felt close.
Yeah.
Even the outside shots, everything felt like, hey, we're like, everything is right here, which is an interesting way to tell a story. And I think that adds a lot of the tension. But it also might speak to like, hey, we're actually filming inside of a bar, or we're filming inside locations that we don't have a lot of room to film in. There were some interesting like moving shots that happened.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of like inside the car, but there was nothing that was like an amazing shot that I was like, wow, did you see that? It was just kind of like, yeah, they did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. This movie felt very 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was supposed to be in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Watching it, I was very much like, oh yeah, this is a 90s movie. Like,
yeah, for sure.
100%. But I don't think any shot was like distracting.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was an interesting choice to have some of the setup shops. I don't know what I just said. Setup shots for the scene happening where ultimately nothing is actually occurring. It's just like time where they're just kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I thought it was kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
And then the more it was happening, the more I kind of reflected on it and felt like, oh, this kind of makes it feel more real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not necessarily sure why. Because nothing's really happening.
Yeah, but I think a lot of establishing shots that we get now are these big grandiose, like, look at the city, look at this view, look at the blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Where this one's just like, just a couple of guys hanging out.
Yeah. like the one that stands out to me that created a lot of tension, but the ultimate payoff was maybe they didn't feel anything, but in that moment it made tension because you're like, what are they feeling?
Mm-hmm.
What are they trying to express?
Mm-hmm.
The payoff was nothing. They were like false implications. But the one I'm thinking of is when they're in Florida and they're all hanging out by the pool, and Joe is on the phone and Lefty notices him and goes. So you have the shot where he notices him, and then he eventually gets up and starts walking toward him, but he has to go upstairs and do this or that. But then they left the camera on Sonny, and Sonny just keeps looking at Donnie.
Right.
And, he's kind of a natural squinter, but you kind of have a moment of, oh, he's very suspicious.
Yeah.
Of Donnie in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
There were a lot of times where Michael Madsen was in camera looking like he something was sparking his suspicion, and none of those shots actually paid off.
Yeah, I noticed that as well, where it just felt like, and maybe you're right what you said earlier they were creating tension for the audience perspective. They created a world where everybody feels like they are suspicious of everybody.
Right.
Like everybody's,
which could have been a line in the book saying, hey, constantly suspicious of everyone.
Yeah.
It could have been one line.
Lefty talks about like how he's always looking over his shoulder. Like it doesn't matter where it's your best friend who ends up being the one to kill you. Like,
right.
That's the kind of world that they live in. And so they probably created that so that there's this constant tension as the audience of, is this the moment that they're going to catch him? Is this the moment that they're going to catch him?
Which I think is what they were trying to give the impression of.
Yeah. But there was no actual conflict that came from it.
Yeah. And I don't know. I guess I don't know if there needs to be like what's the thing we talked about? The gun?
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun. And sometimes I think that with facial expressions or motives, where if you have those, like if you have someone who's just suspicious of everyone, you either need to show why, like what has instilled this person to be suspicious, or a payoff of they were right to be suspicious. So check off suspicion.
Yeah, because even from the very first time that we see Sonny, he's not introduced. He's just kind of like there's an interaction with him, and they do a close up of him kind of smiling, but also
he is so goddamn suspicious of Donnie, and ultimately we know, rightfully so. But in that moment, it kind of was like, why?
Yeah, it created the expectation that he was always going to be on him.
Yeah.
But then he wasn't.
Yeah, like, and then he was like, "Hey, you're going to be my Florida man."
Yeah.
And I was very much confused in that moment of, wait, where did this all come from?
Where did that come from?
When did this become the, oh yeah, Donnie's going to be the man.
Yeah.
That was a little confusing. And that ultimately comes down to like director, editing, writing,
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that if the director had that particular vision and filmed those facial expressions and everything, but then as they were editing them, they were like, well, these are the only fucking shots we got, so we got to kind of just use them.
Yeah.
They're kind of left. But I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was something that just kind of was like, it hooked me in, but also took me out. I was hooked in, but then as the film went on and there was no payoff for certain facial expressions, certain suspicions, certain this or that or the other, then when the movie continued and they were still happening, they weren't effective.
Right.
Because I'm like, that guy just has this, like a bad, like he's got resting.
Resting face.
Yeah, he's got resting. I think you did something, motherfucker face. So like,
it's kind of similar. Recently, the Avengers Doomsday trailer came out, and I saw somebody take a screenshot of Anthony Mackie, and it says, Anthony Mackie will always looks like he knows something that you don't. And this is kind of the same situation of like, that guy just always looks like he's suspicious of something.
Actually, let me give you another example with that same thing. In that, so the emphasis I would like to put on is that you do it so much that suddenly the audience doesn't know how to react to things.
Yeah.
And so Marvel trailers always having scenes depicted, but then they erase people from the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Because online, there was one shot where everyone was like having a meeting, and then people were circling these spaces, and they were like, "These people are missing.
There's somebody
These
missing
people,
here."
somebody's missing." And I'm like, "No, it's just called it's called blocking, dude. I don't know what to tell you."
Yeah, maybe somebody's missing, but also
it could just be blocking. Like,
yeah,
sometimes you got to block a shot. Sometimes you just got to put people somewhere.
Like, maybe there's a big open space because that's where the camera goes.
Yeah. Maybe there's a big, maybe there's an open space because they're in a room that is ungodly big. And while this film has everyone and their mother in it, except for me, I didn't get hired. Did you get hired?
Nah.
Oh, doesn't have us in it.
I also have an NDA, so I wouldn't be able to tell you anyway.
When you're right, you're right. It has so many actors. There's going to be sometimes they can't fill a shot.
They can't put everybody in there.
They can't put everyone in. Like, there's going to be spaces.
I will say, we don't have to stick on this. There is a shot where there's a shadow, but no person casting that shadow.
In the new trailer?
In the new trailer, yeah.
Send that to me later.
I'll say, yeah.
I'm very curious about that. Mm-hmm. Also, you know what's another thing? AI. There are so many people, to get a little political, the whole Mitch McConnell thing right now. And there's so many times where people are posting up pictures. They're like, it's AI. This is fake. This is fake. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, look, I got to be honest, guys. It's not AI. Like this particular picture you guys are talking about, all of this can easily be explained by pixelation, Photoshop, whatever you want. Right. Am I saying it's a good thing, whatever it might be? No. Do I agree with the people that... No. But not everything is AI. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With that being said, this movie, their version of AI is suspicious looks.
Yeah.
Looks of suspicion. Yeah. This movie is just so chock full of it. And I want to put that in this visual director thing, because I don't know if that's necessarily like an actor thing.
Mm-hmm. Like, no, there's attention drawn to it. It's not just this is the
like the camera's doing something with it, right?
The camera's focusing on it. They were directed to be like, "Hey, get this shot."
Look at him like he farted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So that is definitely it. It's intentional in some way or another.
Yeah. I think maybe another thing that makes this movie makes me doubt a little bit of the narrator, the trustworthiness of the narrator, is still plausible, still totally possible, but the events that occur are almost too cinematic. And I have to assume that if it is true, that is the events that occurred in the book. I could be wrong. I didn't read the book. But, like, how the film depicted it is very cinematic.
Right.
And that's not a negative thing to the movie. I actually think the order in which they tell the story is done really, really well. Mm-hmm. I think the climax is great. Mm-hmm. I think the dialogue is really interesting. Mm-hmm. Of course, one, not from New York. Two, I'm not a mobster.
What?
3, not Italian. All of those things combined means I cannot know whether the dialogue is accurate. Forget about it. Whatever the slang that was being used, or when Lefty is educating Donnie and letting him know, like, here are the rules, this, that, or
Right.
the other. These are the boss, made man, wise guy, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know if that's accurate.
Right.
But this movie does it in a way where it, based on a true story or not, in this world, in this cinematic world, it is accurate.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel... And maybe because they did really good with the casting, I think Michael Madsen's the only guy that feels not as New York as the rest. Everyone feels New York Italian.
Yeah.
And it feels like they're doing it from a place of either some experience or knowledge, something.
Yeah.
I mean, Al Pacino, this is like, I don't know, probably his like fifth movie that has to do with the mob in some way, shape, or form. So he's probably well versed by this point.
Mm-hmm. Stuff for a long time.
Huh?
He'd been doing stuff for a long time.
Oh yeah. Michael Madsen, just looking into him, born in Chicago.
Yeah.
Looks like he was raised there.
When I hear born in Chicago, all I can think of is from New Girl when Nick Miller thinks that he's dying and they Nick Miller, born in Chicago.
His middle name's Soren. Actually, I don't know what sound that O makes. What's the O with the slash through it?
Oh,
does that just make an O sound, or does that?
Oof. I don't know, man.
You're white. You should know.
I'm not that white.
I don't know. There was that one episode where it was all like Norwegian names or whatever, and you were like pronouncing them perfectly, and I was like, "What are you doing?"
It's true. I think that sometimes.
Bruno Kirby, I will say, sounded just like Joe Pesci. That they had him talking his audio before he was seen on camera, and I was like, Joe Pesci's in this movie?
Every time I saw his face, I was like, "What? No, who?"
Yeah, exactly. And then I really was like staring at his lips, going, "Yeah, the sound's coming out of his mouth, but I'll be goddamn, he sounds just like Joe Pesci."
Yeah.
All that said, a lot of believableness, within this film.
I think the only part that I found to be suspicious in the story, was
suspicious in what way? As far as like screenwriting or like trustworthy narrative?
I don't know if it's screenwriting. I don't know if it's what happened in real life. But part of the story is the FBI just shows up and be like, "Hey, that guy, he was one of us."
Yeah, that was a weird.
Who does that? Like, that just seems like you're outing your own agent.
Yeah, I didn't. The only thing I could think of is not enough. The film shows it. I guess they're saying it in the epilogue, but like, I think the idea is like, this guy was wired. He's an FBI agent. You're fucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's what it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But Lefty and Sonny just being like, you guys didn't know Donnie. Kind of like you would if you knew Donnie, you know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Kind of made you go like, I don't think they know. I don't think they got the message.
Yeah, that was
like if they were arresting them and then said like in the interrogation room or something, that's when they admit it.
Mm-hmm.
But they did that, and then okay, something that was kind of bad in this film is time.
Yeah.
I have no clue how much time. This could have been a year. It could have been 3 months. I have no idea.
Yeah, there's a few clues
because
here and there.
Joe's wife says in the beginning that he's been doing this for 3 months. But that's right when he got in with Lefty.
Right.
I think. Even then, I'm not sure. Like the time from which Lefty recruits Donnie to
I mean, at that point, he had been making a name for himself because there's like the other guy with the barber.
I'm going to say Maggie. Yeah, that was some months of time.
Yeah.
But from when he actually got recruited to when Maggie said, you've been doing this for 3 months, that's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Because that could have been a week later. It could have been 2 days later. It could have been a month later. I don't actually know.
Yeah, the part that is unclear is from when at the very beginning of the movie to Christmas, how much time passes in that time period.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, like, it's still the middle of winter because it's still cold in New York.
Right.
They go to Florida. It's 3 weeks from when everything goes down in Florida to when the FBI shows up to Maggie and they're like, when did you last see him?
Yeah, but too many events occur.
And then it was a week when we didn't see the moment where he was there, but he didn't wake her up. So that was 3 weeks. And then, yeah. So there's like,
yeah,
it takes place over maybe a period of 6 months. But I don't even think that
but from all the context clues, and like, too, you have to imagine that this is happening in the 70s.
Yeah.
So everything's going to happen a lot slower.
Yeah.
The idea that the Florida thing was up and running in a week?
A very short amount of time, yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Making 300,000 like back then, it's probably over $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And then for them to be like down in the dumps all over again within a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. The time was just really confusing. The filmmakers could have done a much better job of laying that out a little. Maybe just putting 1 or 2 more context clues.
Yeah. Yeah, because it there's scenes that it jumps to the next thing as if it's just the next day. But I think it's actually like
days
later, weeks later.
Yeah. Like so Sonny Red gets killed.
Mm-hmm.
Bruno is hiding.
Mm-hmm.
That could be the next day. That could be a week.
Right.
Who knows? Also, it's very like disorganized. This mob system. So like the head boss gets whacked, murdered, assumed presumptuously murdered, and then Sonny Black gets promoted, but then is like Sonny Red the same level, or is he higher?
Sonny Red was like the boss.
He became the boss?
Sonny Black?
No, Sonny Red.
Sonny Red was the boss, from my understanding.
After the old boss got killed.
Sonny Red is the one who got killed.
No. Back up.
Oh. At the beginning.
Yes.
Because Lefty's like, the boss gets killed, and then somebody
right. And Lefty is just looked over.
And he gets looked over.
Yes. So then Sonny Black is promoted, but
yeah, so are they on the same level? It felt to me that Red was like one level higher.
Yeah, that's what I felt too, but it also sounded as though he just had a region of New York, and Sonny Black had a region of New York, and two other guys had a region of New York. But no one was like above.
Yeah.
Ah, crap. I'm confused. Because it's not like the Army.
Uh-huh.
It's not like the Army, according to Lefty.
I'm looking up to see if we
timeline of leadership.
Okay. They were the same rank.
Okay, they were the same rank?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
then who is the boss?
They never introduced the boss, I guess.
After that? Weird. Okay.
Yeah. And I guess oh man.
Cuz I don't really think there was too much in the film.
No.
But it sounds like Sonny Red was just trying to screw over Sonny Black.
Yeah. It sounded like he like did something and he's like, I'm gonna, like he wasn't happy with him trying something different. Like, I don't know.
I guess it seemed from the movie, it seemed as though Sonny Black was a bit more aggressive than the other leaders.
He was making moves that others wouldn't do.
Right. And they were concerned. Sure. The Florida move, whatever. But Sonny Red seemed as though he was really like, we're going to make this guy pay. So before we get into characters, we had Speaking of la la la.
La la las.
We had Patrick Doyle on music. Patrick Doyle has done a lot.
Oh wow, yeah.
Like a lot.
A lot.
He did God, there's a lot.
Whoa.
Let me start with he did Into the West.
Yeah.
Much Ado About Nothing. Carlito's Way. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Little Princess.
Which one of the other guys was involved with that?
Sense and Sensibility. Hamlet. Donnie Brasco, the 1998 Great Expectations. Quest for Camelot.
There's a lot of crossover with
Really?
we're
Yeah.
getting surprising crossover.
Bridget Jones' Diary. Killing Me Softly. There was a name that did that one as well. Secondhand Lions. Man to Man. Nanny McPhee. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Aragon. The Last Legion. Igor. SpongeBob. Truth or Square. It's a video game. He did the 2011 Thor. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And then he really jumped into Disney because he did Brave.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did Cinderella. And then I saw another.
I think Enchanted Kingdom is a
thing too. He did,
or maybe not,
a rendition of Macbeth. He did Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit. Need for Speed. There was another one I saw. Oh, he did the Emoji Movie.
Mm-hmm. Murder on the Orient Express.
And then he also did Death on the Nile. Artemis Fowl. So
yeah, his stuff has been.
He's kind of got some big stuff. And stuff that's like good.
Mm-hmm.
This film, I will say, the music did nothing for me.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was all right at best and barely noticeable at worst.
Yeah. I think it, for the most part, did the job, but it didn't stand out in a negative or positive way.
Yeah. I won't disagree simply because, like, I don't really have a good opinion on the matter. It didn't impress me, but also I was never really distracted by the music, so that I think is a positive.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll leave it there.
Leave it there.
Alrighty. Al Pacino played Lefty. He did great.
Mm-hmm.
He did really, really well. He is a one-trick pony in that he plays like a guy from New York. Done. Like, that's his thing.
He does it, yeah.
But oftentimes he plays people with an immense amount of swagger or power. And he really did play like the middle management guy really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy that understood his role, but also was not satisfied with it.
Yeah.
He did that really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time you just believed it.
Yeah. He did.
Go ahead.
Because the last time we saw him was Heat. And in that one, he was like good. And then there was that one moment that was like, whoa, man, what's going on? I don't think there was any moment.
There was no really big, really nice ass, really big ass, whatever it was.
That ass. Yeah. He didn't have a moment that felt like, where did that come from?
Yeah, he didn't have a moment where he was yelling at Hank Azaria. Hank Azaria was not yelled at in the making of this film. No. Even though James Russo could be Hank Azaria's cousin looking at that photo. Yeah, I don't. I don't think that this character is any less quirky. than any of his other performances, because I think in interviews he actually seems like a very competent and knowledgeable actor, in that he can explain acting and the roles he's in and kind of the history of acting a bit. He does that really, really well, and shows that he is kind of an actor who enjoys the art and enjoys the academia of acting, which is not what his characters are.
Right.
His characters are very quirky. They're very eccentric. They're very different. He seems like his character sometimes when he talks, and then he doesn't. It's weird. It's hard to describe exactly. Like, I think that about Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Keanu Reeves. Shit, there was another guy I was thinking of where, like, Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, when he's not like being a character and he's just talking, I don't know if it's just that he always plays kind of like too dumb to be smart, but too smart to be dumb kind of guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not book smart, he's street smart. Like, that's all his characters. He is like a really well-read guy, and is very interesting to hear talk about his experiences and his understanding of the characters and the drama and the story. Like, he's really, really interesting. So if you've never seen a Joe Pesci interview where he's actually talking about acting, go look it up, because it's kind of shocking, because it's so starkly different than the characters he plays.
Yeah, interesting.
But Al Pacino's kind of in that same boat.
Right. But
this character is not limited in any way, shape, or form in that quirkiness. There's lots of it. But at the same time, he's really tame.
Yeah.
When he yells, it's very appropriate. Yeah. When he raises his voice, it's very appropriate. He doesn't really have a ton of outbursts. And he's very believable of, again, that middle management type mob character, but also what you would assume an Italian mob character in the 70s would act like. Like, his interaction with his wife is both rude and really sweet.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you tread that wire so gracefully, but he does it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like when they're cooking dinner and like he says some things that are like, that's kind of not great, but also he's like making dinner for her.
Right. Like he does have like his sexist thing of like the best cooks are men.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is. But, well, no, the thing that stood out to me was like when she tried to get involved in the conversation, whatever her name is, Annette. And he goes, "Shut up, Annette."
Yeah.
I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
You're a dick. And then they're served their meal. Donnie says, "Thank you." And then Lefty says, "Thank you, Annette." And it's a very endearing thank you.
Yeah.
Like, you suddenly feel like he means that.
Yeah.
Which was so shocking. And then he goes into like, she's a really good woman. And I was like, now you're singing her praise. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
But you kind of see that as that kind of character in that particular time. It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Like now I'd be like, you got to explain this dichotomy you got going on here, bub.
Yeah.
But for then and there, perfect sense. It was weird.
Yeah.
He did well. He did really, really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else about Pacino?
Dead ass.
I actually, here is a good question. Because the epilogue does not state it. And the movie itself does not state it. It infers, but it does not actually state it. Does Lefty get killed?
It really feels like he does.
Yeah. The movie doesn't do a good job in that the FBI like drops the papers and the photos and says like he's an FBI agent. But in that moment, we don't feel like they feel pressured by the FBI.
It's a weird moment. They don't feel pressured. The FBI doesn't feel like they're doing anything.
Yeah, it just feels like a stupid cop move. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
and I mean that in the literal, like, it's like these cops are doing something really stupid.
It feels like the only reason why they did that was to out Donnie or
If
Joe.
someone had gotten arrested from it, it would make sense. But them dropping it off, to me, feels like, all right,
and then just
clean the
leaving.
operation. Bail. This is our opportunity to bail. They're on to us. They made us. They know. Bail. What's stopping them from bailing?
Yeah.
They're all
I
on
think
camera? Like,
is
you got
the only
pictures of
reason
them?
they did that it was to make it so that Joe couldn't go back into the field. Like it really felt like punishment to Joe rather than saying, we got you.
Yeah. But then we have a consequence for Lefty, or at least an inferred consequence.
Right.
The only thing I can think of is, yeah, they figured it out.
Yeah.
Like, Sonny figured out that, yes, he is, in fact, an informant. This is on Lefty. And Lefty got the call and, you know, knew he was going to die. And I loved him saying, if Donnie calls, just tell him, I'm glad it was you. Or if it had to be anyone, I'm glad it was you. Which I interpreted as, if anyone had to be an informant, I'm glad you were the one who was. Because it seemed as though Lefty truly cherished their friendship.
Yeah.
And I think he felt if anyone else had been an informant, that friendship wouldn't have been so powerful.
Yeah.
Because, like, when... That's also the other part that, like, makes it confusing. So, like, when Sonny, Michael Madsen, is saying, like, hey, you know, if you knew him, you wouldn't think that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, then why are you giving him the suspicious eye all the fucking time?
Yeah.
If you're so like confident in him, why did you always look like you were like, if I get a moment, I'm going to shoot this guy?
Yeah, and that line could have worked if it was supposed to be like yeah, but if you knew him, right, Lefty? Like, to kind of
as like a setup to Lefty.
But it didn't feel like that.
No, it felt to me. I believed in what he was saying. Like,
it felt like everybody was like, no, like, it couldn't be done. Yeah.
And I wonder if that, And I guess we're missing context because ultimately everything that's being told is technically what people witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
Because the FBI agents saw their initial reaction
Right.
on the inside when they dropped off the information, and then the cameras were capturing their reaction otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Though, arguably, it was just a photo camera. So I think the dialogue, and maybe there was a tap or something.
Right.
Yeah. So all that being said, I think that Lefty did get killed. I just don't know if the movie built the structure in the way that made it fully understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Newell knew that it was a little ambiguous, and that's why he did the like gunshot.
Yeah.
Because like Donnie training with the gun, that thing. Why?
Because for a moment, if we look at the art of the movie, I feel like, blech. But for real, if you look at it, it is, he dies because of Donnie.
So Donnie is shooting him.
And so it's essentially saying, because he tells Maggie, he's like, if he dies like that, it's basically me shooting him. Yeah. And then we get him walking out the door, cutting to black, gunshot, cutting to Joe at the shooting range.
Right.
Like that is the story that they're telling us, is that Lefty died because of Donnie.
Right. Yeah. That works for me. Alrighty. Johnny Depp is Donnie
Jeff
/ Joe. The only the first thing that made me go wait, what? Mm-hmm. Which could be from the original, but again, Johnny Depp, kind of a versatile actor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to say if Joe, the actual Joe, was doing the New York accent and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But his backstory was he was from Florida.
Yeah.
And he sounded like he was from one of the boroughs. How does that work?
Yeah.
Also, I'm sure Johnny Depp was much older than he looked as a 12-year-old.
Johnny Depp looked so young for the longest time.
I thought he was supposed to be in his 20s, but he has to be in his 30s.
Mm-hmm. He was born in 63. This movie came out in
97.
So he would have
35.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. 33. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I guess, that makes sense. But he also just looked really young. So it was kind of hard for me to think because when Maggie was the one daughter's with her boyfriend, I was like, how the fuck old are these people?
Well, even when we saw the kids, I was like, how old is that daughter?
Yeah, and she's 12. Okay. So maybe he got into, I don't know. It's neither here nor there. He looked young. That's all.
It was really interesting to see Johnny Depp in a normal person role. like he's always especially nowadays, he's always this like outlandish character, from like Jack Sparrow to the Mad Hatter to fill in the blank, like Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd. Like he's the roles that he's most known for are these really crazy kind of things, and so to see him just as like normal guy, it's interesting, and like he does it well. It's just like, oh, like you're not a crazy person right now.
Yeah, which I think speaks to his acting ability. Whatever his, I don't understand him as a person. The whole, all the media salacious stuff going on with his divorce and all that stuff. And I don't remember if he has allegations. He seems like the type, I don't know. Allegedly. Like he does get pigeonholed into certain characters, certainly. Jack Sparrow. Anything like dark and brooding, Sweeney Todd. Wacky characters.
Willy Wonka.
But he's like, when he plays a normal person, when he plays not a cartoonish character, he's still pretty solid in it. I think it was a nice touch that his New York accent would like go away sometimes. Just to show, I don't know if that was something that was intentional, but to me it felt as though we were getting a little bit of Joe's actual struggle to balance the two lives, because as time progressed, his Donnie accent was starting to seep into Joe.
Yeah.
So when conversations with Maggie, he started to sound more like Donnie, which gave her a really good way to, kind of be like, I don't, what are you doing? This is another great example. And I might get a negative comment on this if we post this video. But the overarching theory that maybe there isn't as much propaganda as we think there is. Because even from the perspective of Joe, the FBI fucking sucks.
This is crazy how many movies that we've watched where in the past we've always been like, oh, it's like Hollywood is so pro cops and everything. And it's like, no, they suck in every movie.
Yeah, I think it's TV.
Maybe TV is.
And I also think it's media literacy. Because sometimes we watch movies and we watch TV and we see people who are labeled the good guys, cops, whatever. And we automatically like stamp of approval what they do.
And we don't even
really consider it. But now I'm trying to think of all the shows. Like, I haven't watched Law and Order in a long time. That might be propaganda.
I think, probably TV shows are more that
like
way.
NCIS, that shit's propaganda. Because all of those fucking people should be court-martialed. But like a lot of our movies that I would argue that all the movies we've watched, none have actually had a positive depiction of law enforcement.
We've had characters that are good.
Yeah, but yes. We've had good characters who are involved in the system of law enforcement,
Mm-hmm.
but they're usually bucking against it.
Yeah, they're like going against what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, and this movie, no different.
Yeah,
He is clearly very frustrated with what's happening.
mm-hmm.
The one FBI bigwig that was like, we got a friend in Florida, we got an agent in Florida. That guy was a fucking asshole.
Mm-hmm.
I was immediately like, excuse me, what do you think the situation is?
Yeah.
Do you think that they're just like playing checkers and going like, hey, you should go check out my friend?
Right.
They're fucking killing people. What do you mean? Like, he makes it seem like it's not that big a deal. It's clearly a big deal.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, catch me if you can. But that was technically the IRS. Wasn't it? Or was he FBI?
He
was FBI Financial Division.
Yeah.
IRS. Let's just say IRS. Before the IRS had their special victims unit.
But I really enjoyed the relationship development between Lefty and Donnie.
Yeah.
And Johnny Depp did a good job of depicting the struggle of Joe/Donnie, of like, he actually formed a friendship with Lefty. He felt responsible for whatever happened to Lefty. And he's also like, I mean, there's even the conversation with him and Maggie where he's like, I've always been the white hat. And like,
the good guy.
Things are different now. Where the lines are starting to blur for him. And he's like trying not to do things that are like too bad. But
he just, in that particular conversation, he just dismembered a body.
Yes.
So,
well, yeah, and that's the thing is like he tries not to do things, but then he gets pulled into them of like, hey, they have to, you have to kill this guy or you have to do this thing as to not draw suspicion to yourself. And so you see that struggle with him. And I think he did a great job of showing that, like, that the bleed of where that line is.
Just one thing I know with the mannequin, prosthetic, whatever it is, like, you can only do so much. Why was he cutting through the boot?
I feel like that was a
practical effect issue at hand. They probably were like, we're not going to be able to find like a fake leg that looks believable.
Yeah, or they're trying to keep it from, because what was the rating of this one?
It was R.
Oh, it was R. Never mind.
Yeah. I think it had to have been budget or just ability, practical effect ability. But like, he was cutting through a cowboy boot with a leg in it. And I'm like, yeah, you're struggling because you're cutting through leather and a bone. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I grossed myself out.
Ew.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Something that was done definitely for the audience and didn't make sense for the story was when Donnie was left in the car, and then Paulie comes out and like puts the gun to him and says, "Get out of the car."
That whole interaction confused the hell out of me, because it wasn't just that he put a gun to him. It was Donnie goes, "Is everything all right?" And Paulie goes, "What?"
Mm-hmm. What'd you say?
Like, they're having like a weird, what is the point of Paulie pulling his chain like that?
Like,
I don't know what the setup is. Like, I don't know how that
there had to be some sort of payoff of him being like, I'm just messing with you, or like something.
Yeah, but then he pulled the gun out, and so suddenly it was like, what was the whole? Just pull the fucking gun out. What do you think? You gave him more reaction time.
Yeah.
If Donnie had a gun, he would have had more time to pull it out.
Yeah.
Whether if you would have just opened the door, got in, put the gun, and said, "Hey, get out."
Yeah,
that would have made way more sense.
Completely for us as the audience.
Of like, oh fuck, he knows.
Yeah.
And then even then when Nikki gets shot, there's still too much suspicious stuff happening from Sonny. And it's like,
yeah.
Are you guys suspicious of him?
Yeah.
You just killed it. If you're suspicious of Donnie and you just killed Nikki, I think you guys are confused. Makes you wonder if Nikki actually was ratting. Because they did have a rat. Donnie was wrong.
Yeah.
They did have a rat.
Right, because somehow...
Because the Florida boss knew about it. It was his plan.
And Red knew about it.
They were in cahoots. But someone would have had to been on the inside to know when when the gang was actually going to be there. So, yes, there was a rat, and I, 100% don't think it was Donnie.
But we did see Nikki doing some shady side stuff.
Right.
Which I thought that was going to create more tension between them. But it was just so that this could happen of the, who's the rat?
So there was also a bit of side story that was given a little bit of attention, but honestly not enough attention, because I feel like it would have built more dramatic intrigue. But the emphasis or the idea that drugs were prevalent, but also drugs were pretty awful. They were causing issues. Lefty's son, Nikki, probably some of the other folks. But it was just like one or two instances, and then they were like, never mind.
Yeah.
So that was a little odd. Anyway. Anything else about... So I don't know how I feel about Maggie and Joe. I don't know if Joe deserves the reconciliation from the story that is told. And if that happens in real life, again, I don't know. But he strikes his wife. This whole idea, look, I know that being undercover is super hard, all that stuff. But the keeping it from her to that extent feels fucking wild. Because it was like, you could fix 90% of your problems if you just gave her some information. You don't have to give her names, but just maybe one or two details, just to be like, look, this is the situation I'm at. This can either go better or worse. This is where I'm at.
Yeah.
But it seems like he kind of kept it from her. And I don't know. Undercover, this like Spider-Man-esque secrecy.
Yeah, and like
I don't get it.
Tell her something about it, but like
yeah, after he hit her.
No.
Oh,
before, like,
okay.
She knew why he was gone, but he didn't give her enough like detail of
right
what was going on. And even to the point that they go to the couples therapy, and he's like, I'm undercover. Like, I can't tell. Like, I'm not just going out and doing my own thing.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. And then her freak out where she accuses him of, whatever relationship with the mobsters too. Like, whether that happened or not, I don't know. I don't know if it helps the story that like direction that it goes. Ultimately, she should have divorced him.
Yeah.
Personally, I think should have divorced him. Joe, if you're listening, I don't think you are because I think you may be gone.
I don't think he is yet.
Oh, no.
According to IMDb, he's still alive.
Okay. Joe, if you're listening, your wife should have walked away. I don't give a shit. Anyway, I'm really angry for her. Okay. Anything else on Johnny Depp or Joe?
Nope.
All in all, good job.
Good job.
Really interesting development. I think there could have been more to be a little more explicit in his disdain for whatever the FBI was doing. I think he had an issue with it. He never really shared it. And everything we had was inference. Which that's fine. But I think it would have been good to bring that out because I think that puts more weight into the final actions. Now we know he fucking feels used and he hates what the FBI did. That puts more weight into his guilt of Lefty. But the last few scenes, he really wasn't like, didn't say much. So everything we're saying right now, we're just kind of building off context clues.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some stuff that it was just like you have to infer. Like it's not said or shown really.
Right. All right. Let's quick round. Except for Annie Heche. She played Maggie. She did a great job. She was excellent. When Joe strikes her, how she moves and responds is so good. She's so shocked, yet processing, yet doing what she can. Like everything about it to me was really good, really impressive.
Yeah.
She was great. No notes.
No notes.
No notes. Michael Madsen as Sonny Black. I think he just played Michael Madsen. He
played the character you'd expect him to play.
Yeah. So I guess good. It feels... He's always in these kind of like crime movies.
Uh-huh.
But I never take him as like as like a New York guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing that I kind of have struggle with. But other than that little tiny thing, yeah, he's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Bruno, Kirby, and James Russo, they play the other two like mob guys that are in the group. They did good. They played mob type guys. Robert Miano played Sonny Red. That guy seemed like a dick, so good job. Zeljko.
You pronounce his name.
How do you? Yeah,
his face is super familiar.
Oh yeah, he's a character actor. Like he's in everything. He has 113 credits.
Wow.
But he plays a handler, and he does a good job. I don't think he ever really seems too off the wall there.
Shout out to Tim Blake Nelson and Paul Giamatti.
Yes, those were ones I wanted to talk about because when I saw them, it was immediately like Paul Giamatti was still doing like bit parts, like he was just doing like little parts like that. Tim Blake Nelson actually was the one that threw me off the most, because he's such like an odd duck in a lot of his characters. You know, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Old Henry. Like he plays a particular kind of character, and this one felt way out of it. Like it just didn't feel like it lined up to what he normally plays. And so when I saw him, I was like, the fuck? And then saw him and then immediately was like, wait, is that Paul Giamatti? It is. What? That's cool. Alrighty. Those were the kind of last ones. Oh, just Jerry Becker. He plays the Dean Blandford FBI, like the upper FBI guy. Wow. Perfect. I hated him.
Yeah.
He sucked.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to get into the review rewind where we actually read the reviews and see where we fall. Metacritic, 77%. Rotten Tomatoes, 88%. Rotten Tomato audience, 89%. IMDb audience, 7.7. So overall, pretty positive view of the film. Tristan, go ahead and read our positive review.
LA Weekly gave it a 100. There are moments here that are so distinct in emotional timbre that it's as if they were directed by someone who'd skipped the last 2 decades of American genre film and opted to get back to basics, like character and the ways in which 2 actors can sit in a smoke-filled car and turn on everyday conversation or turn an everyday conversation into art.
I did like the you trying to kill me with this draft? Like, is Al Pacino my mother? Alrighty. Washington Post. Or I guess we should comment on it as far as that review goes. Overall, I don't know. I don't think I disagree with it. I just think that there are more production as far as director, editing, cinematography. I think there's way more issues there than maybe this gives it credit for. But I think as far as story and acting, 100% on board with that.
Yeah.
The Washington Post gave it a 40. Unfortunately, the story isn't inventive, and Newell's methodical approach to it verges on monotony. I don't think I ever really felt that the movie was boring. Maybe I'm a putz. I don't know. But
there were a few scenes that felt maybe a little bit slow, but they never lingered. Like Uncle Buck, there were shots where it was just like, why haven't
what's
we
the
yet?
point of this?
Like, what's going on? Like when a scene ended, it ended.
Yeah.
But there were some that just felt like our pacing is a little bit slow in this scene, but also it wasn't so bad that I was bored. It was just like, so I can see kind of how maybe it felt monotonous for someone, but
right. I will say, I said it earlier, I still stand by it. It is a slow start.
Yeah.
It does take like 10 minutes, maybe 15 to really start grooving. But once it starts, kind of locked in. Is there a couple things that are like, whatever? Yeah. There was what was it, a party? Was it the boat?
The boat party?
Where the gals were in the... I sound like an old fuck. Where the gals were in the jacuzzi and they were topless?
Yeah.
That, I was like, this feels unnecessary. I don't feel like you need that to tell this part of the story. If you're just joining us in this show, sometimes we talk about how horny a movie is. This movie, for the most part, not very horny. But that one scene just felt like someone really wanted to see boobs.
Unexpectedly.
And really wanted to make that happen.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the story needed it.
Here's the thing. There was a scene that happened in a strip club and there was no nudity.
Yeah. That's where I was really confused because we got through that one and I was like, okay, whatever. Like if there were boobs in that, if there was nudity in that, I don't know why I'm getting defensive. If there was nudity in that, I don't think it would have mattered because it feels appropriate for the scene. It was just like, I think the camera was following a conversation. Like, were they walking past it?
Yeah.
Or the camera was going toward the conversation. One of the two. Like,
it was like the camera was the crowd.
Yeah. And it just like, it felt forced.
Yeah.
I mean, like, have boobs, whatever. That just felt forced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that whole bit, I was like, what's the point of this? Oh, well. Maybe there are more. I won't be able to point them out, but I think there are definitely more scenes that occurred that I'm just not thinking of that were very much like, why?
I I think the thing that made those feel weird is that it felt like there was an inconsistency with how they wanted to show those things. Right? If this was a movie
In what way?
The nudity, for example.
Okay.
If this was a movie where like everywhere they went, every party there was
debauchery in that sense.
It was happening, and then it's like, okay, this is the world we've created.
Right.
But to have moments where
in a place that like
be there,
expected nudity,
and there's like not even, I don't think there was even a woman in that shot, and so like,
and then like a very public party. That's where was it in Florida?
It was in Florida, yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. They're just like, trying to show like how party Florida is.
That stuff happens. It could happen, but it just felt like
in the world that they have been creating. That's where it felt.
In the way that they chose to tell the story, to all of a sudden be like, here's that.
Yeah. I will say, this is the terrible human nature in me. I was kind of like, why didn't Sonny take retribution on those cops?
Oh yeah.
I was like, those cops really like embarrassed you.
Why didn't they do something about it?
Yeah. You didn't do shit. That felt odd, but that could have actually have been how the story went. So I guess my comment on that would be for the real Sonny and be like, well, was that the right move? Alrighty. What a weird side tangent that one was. Tristan.
Hi.
We have an overall positive review. Our highest review is several hundreds. Our lowest review, I think this was the lowest review, 40. So a pretty big spectrum. We grade in the letter grade.
Yep.
Like school. Where does Donnie Brasco land for you?
Yeah, I'm thinking we're a B or a B plus.
I was gonna go like straight B.
Okay. Yeah. I was leaning more towards B, but I was like, is it enough to be a B plus?
No,
like,
yeah.
if it is, it's just like right on the line.
Yeah, I was right on a B, and the only reason is because the story's great. The acting's great. I don't want to be too pompous about this, but some of the filming techniques, some of the editing, some of the directorial decisions didn't really flow. And that's okay.
That's okay.
It wasn't a very big budget. So they did it on a small budget. All in all, they did a good job. Visually, certainly not the greatest movie I've ever seen. This movie definitely does not have visual moments. This is almost like a cinematic play. Where the important thing is the acting, not the visuals. And so if I was going to judge it based on the acting alone, it'd probably be an A. But we're kind of judging it on the whole experience.
The entirety, yeah. Like the fact that the most creative editing choice that they made, or the most creative filmmaking choice that they made, was the cut to black gunshot.
Yeah.
Joe and the thing. Like, we've been sitting here for 2 hours, and that's the most creative
Yeah.
thing that we got.
Yeah, where I think for a film to get an A, the visuals have to tell a story as much as the acting and story does.
Mm.
This one is completely driven by story and acting.
Uh-huh.
And so, with that being said, it's like, it's good, it's just not the full experience.
Mm.
And so, with that, I would say a B.
I concur.
And I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, we seem to agree with Rotten Tomatoes, or rather, with 88% of Rotten Tomatoes and 77% of Metacritic. And we give it a little bit higher than the IMDb audience.
Mm-hmm.
So, there you go.
There you go.
There you go. How about them apples?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Tristan, thanks for watching this movie with me.
Hey, thank you, Mike.
That's when you're supposed to say forget about it.
Forget about it.
Fucking forget about it. Audience, you don't forget to review those rewinds, because we're going to see you next time. All right, bye.